Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad that I'm able to make yet another video for you guys. So I have finally decided to make a video about my entire investment portfolio. That means rental real estate, Fundrise, which is a crowdfunding e-REITs and e-fund investments, stocks, ETFs, cryptocurrency, my TIAA 401k retirement account, and I want to tell you guys exactly how much money I have invested total all across all these different platforms, what is my yearly return, as well as show you how diversified my entire investment portfolio actually is. If you're new to the channel, my name is Trey, and I'm a stock, crypto, and real estate investor, as well as a swing trader. If you enjoyed this content, please click that like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, down in the description below, you will find links to my entire Fundrise playlist, which has over 22 videos about what things you should know before, during, and after investing with Fundrise. You will also find links to videos which have details about which stocks I own in my Robinhood portfolio, what kind of rental real estate properties I own, what kind of cryptocurrency I own, and what kind of e-REITs and e-funds I own in my Fundrise account, as well as my swing trading strategies that I use. Now guys, let's get started. Now the first platform that I want to talk about is my personal favorite, and as many of you know, it's Fundrise. Fundrise is a crowdfunding real estate platform, so you as an investor will be investing in e-REITs and e-funds provided by this platform. Now, some of you may know I have two accounts with Fundrise. The first account is real estate heavy account, and this is account that you see right in front of you. It has around $61,000. So what do I mean by real estate heavy? Well, the real estate heavy account actually has most of the investment in e-REITs and e-funds, as opposed to something called a Fundrise IPO. Now, this is my second Fundrise account, and this account is not real estate heavy. It is an IPO heavy. Now, Fundrise IPO is called an internet public offering, which is unique to the Fundrise platform. So this is my second portfolio, and more than 50% of the money in here is actually in the Fundrise IPO. So we have around $43,000 in this account. So my first real estate Fundrise account has around $61,000. My second account has around $43,000, is an IPO heavy, and that equals to around $104,000 that I have currently invested with the Fundrise platform. Okay, so this is my Robinhood portfolio. Now, as of today, my Robinhood portfolio is worth $64,500. Now, as you may know, the market has been a little choppy for around the past 2 or 3 months. So this portfolio, actually just less than a month and a half ago, was worth about $70,500. But it has been a little choppy, some stocks have sold off, and today it's worth $64,500. I actually have a video, guys, and it's down in the description below if you want to go over the details in which stocks I own in this portfolio. So please check that video out if you want more details on this portfolio. And as you can see, if I click on 1-year returns, I have over 38.58% return on my investment in Robinhood. And if you click on all time, it's over 90% return. Now, these are some great returns. These are some unique returns. You probably cannot expect for returns like 40 or 30% every single year. However, due to uncertainty and due to the COVID pandemic, I was able to capitalize and get some great gains in 2020 and 2021. Now, guys, let's go over the actual rental physical real estate that I do own and how much that real estate is worth at this point in time. This is my physical real estate rental portfolio. Now guys, I had to block out the addresses because I do have renters living there and I have to keep their identity private. All right. However, there is a video down in the description below where I go over my actual purchases for all of my rental properties, and I purchased most of them in 2020 and early 2021. So I have seen great appreciation returns. In some cases, it's over 30%. So as I just looked into an estimated value, how much I can sell my apartments for, as well as a profit that I made from renting them out for a year, it comes out to about $172,000 that I have invested in actual physical real estate. Now, let's move on to everyone's favorite topic these days, and that is cryptocurrency. So as you can see here, this is my Trezor wallet, which is a private wallet for cryptocurrency. And I have around $102,000, as you can see here, total invested in cryptocurrency. Now, I do not invest in shitcoins. So the only coins that I have is around 1 Bitcoin, and I have about 14.4 Ethereum. Now, I also have another coin called Digibyte, but that I got by accident and I don't even know what it does. So as you can see, the total value of all my cryptocurrency on this wallet is around $102,000. Now, you might ask, hey, Trey, why don't you invest in other altcoins, like Loopring or BitTorrent or stuff like that? Well, I will actually be making a video in the near future explaining how I lost out on almost $600,000 of potential gains because of my impatience with a certain altcoin. And I don't want that to happen ever again, so I decided not to mess around with altcoins ever again. So once again, guys, my cryptocurrency portfolio has a value as of today of $102,000. Now, as you also may remember, that actually the entire cryptocurrency market, the Bitcoin and Ethereum, have actually crashed a little bit. I wouldn't call it a crash, I would call it a pullback. They pulled back by around 15 to 20% in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So this portfolio was actually at around $130,000 to $135,000 just a couple of weeks ago. All right, guys. So just for the simplicity purposes, for my cryptocurrency portfolio, which is stored on my private wallet, and my private wallet is stored in the safety deposit box in the bank, we're going to use $102,000. All right, guys, so the previous accounts were all my major investments. However, I do have a couple of smaller investments, or as I like to call them, my either set it and forget it, or my active investments, or my trading accounts. So the first one that I want to talk about over here is called M1 Finance. Now, I will be making a video about this. However, I'm taking a little bit different approach with this platform. What I'm actually doing is that I'm investing $240 each Friday, right? So each week, every single week. So for 52 weeks, the entire year, I invest $240 per week. And I have these certain ETFs that I picked out. And these ETFs are pretty much total market ETFs. Some of them are emerging markets, some of them is the market of the whole world, some of them is the market only of the United States. So as you can see, I have 6 of them. And these $240 get evenly spread out among these 6 ETFs. And it's everything is done automatically. I don't even look at this. So actually, the returns with this type of investment strategy has been 2.23% year to date, right? So these are not great returns. But once again, as I said before, the market has been pretty choppy. So these returns were as high as a 9% just over 2 months ago. But due to the current stock market pullback, it's at around 2.23%. So as you can see in my M1 set it and forget it type of investment account, I have around $12,500. Now, next, I have something called BlockFi. Now, BlockFi is a type of cryptocurrency exchange / bank. So again, there's no trading going on this platform. It's actually sort of like a certificate of deposit, like a CD account that you could get at a bank, except it's at a cryptocurrency type of bank, and then it's not backed up by the United States government. So the returns on this are actually guaranteed, right? So pretty much they tell you that as long as you put you put $10,000 into the BlockFi account, you will get 8% per year, period. Now these interest rates have been fluctuating. At BlockFi, went anywhere from 6.9, and I think it was as high as 10.1 or 10.2 at some point, depending on how the cryptocurrency market is doing at that point in time. But I have decided to put in $10,000, and as you could see, I'm almost at $11,000, and it's been actually less than a year. Another thing that I actually did with this BlockFi platform is I opened a credit card with them, right? So you could do it too, and if you're interested, please let me know. I'll give you my refer link, and we'll both get like $40 in Bitcoin or something like that. So I opened a credit card, and actually, you know how you traditional credit cards, you get certain cash back or percentage back. Well, with this credit card, all your cash back, could it be 2%, 3% on certain purchases, you get in Bitcoin. So your rewards you get in Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin goes up, you technically get higher rewards. So that's a pretty cool experiment. Again, I started with around $10,000, and probably by the time it hits 1 year investing with this platform, which is February, it will be at around $11,000, which is, again, it's not a big amount that I've invested because it's a relatively risky thing to do, but it's something to try out, and I really do enjoy just getting this like $1,000 a year for pretty much just using a credit card as I would with any other bank. So that's pretty cool. So again, in BlockFi, we're gonna go with $11,000 currently invested, right? So my next, smaller type of investment is with Etrade. Now, Etrade is my swing trading account. I started last year with $10,000, and as you can see, my current account value is just $9,500. This was actually as high as $11,500, but if you look at the chart of Southwest Airlines, it's crashed over 12% in the last 3 weeks, and I'm obviously paying for it with this account. However, I'm pretty confident that Fundrise is a really good company, and I'm not selling this stock. I'm actually going to be trying to buy more, even though I only have about $2,000 that I could still use on this account. So that's pretty cool. So we have around $10,000 here. And guys, remember that I'm making this video when a lot of the markets have been pulling back. So the actual value, if I was to make this video 2 months ago, would be it would probably be a little bit higher. And finally, the last platform that I just currently found out about is called Tastyworks. Now, Tastyworks are actually doing this crazy promotion where if you deposit at least $10,000 before December 31st, 2021, you get $500 bonus within 10 days of deposit. So you don't even have to use this platform to trade, and you get $500 bonus, and you can just put it back in your account. That's a 5% return like this. It's an amazing thing. However, I will be using this platform to trade. It's a little bit more complicated platform, a little bit more advanced. You could do options on it and stuff like that. So these are my smaller, my smaller investments in these platforms, which total to around $43,000. Now, guys, the one thing that I cannot show to you guys directly, like on the computer screen, is how much I have. Is not how much is my 401k account from my job. Only because it directly links. It directly has my name as well as where I work and like all my personal information on there. So you would just have to take my word for it that in my 401k TIAA, I have around $60,000 invested. And again, it's a set it and forget it. And you can't touch it. till you pretty much at least 59 and a half, and ideally at around 67 years old. Okay, guys, so these I still have like other little investments here and there. For example, I just bought this house. The down payment for this house was around $210,000. The price of this house was $730,000. If I was to sell this house today, it's a $900,000. That is in 15 months, like $160,000 increase in value of this house. It's an amazing thing. However, I do not consider this house as an investment because I'm planning to live in it for a long time. So I'm not gonna put it down into as my investment, as part of my investment. So I'm not gonna put it into my investment portfolio. But essentially, I do have $210,000 of my own money in this house, as well as equity of over $160,000 here. So guys, let's do the math of how much I have invested total across all the platform on all of my investments. All right, guys, so here are the totals. And notice that I do not have all of my money all in the same place. Notice that I have some of it in e-REITs and e-funds with Fundrise, some of it in stocks in Robinhood. I'm trading some of it. Some of it, it's, with M1 Finance, it's set and forget it. Some of it is some of it is in cryptocurrency. So when you diversify, and as you can see, the amounts in each type of investment are relatively the same. It's at around 15 to 20% in each type of investment. And that is very, very important for everyone to diversify, not just invest in one stock with one platform, because God forbid something happens to that one company, one platform, or one stock, you lose all your money. However, what happens a lot of time when you're diversified is when one sector or one company goes down, the other one will go up, and you will not see these crazy swings in your account. So again, guys, this is not a financial advice, but everyone should always diversify their money best they can in order to minimize their risk. So guys, let's add all the numbers together. With Fundrise, we're at $104,000 invested. With Robinhood, we're at $64,000. With my physical real estate rental properties, it's at $172,000. My cryptocurrency portfolio is at $102,000. My 401k is at around $60,000, and all my other small trading accounts on my set it and forget it M1 investment, Etrade, or BlockFi accounts, they're all together worth around $43,000. So what does that come up to? If you add all those numbers together, guys, it adds up to $545,000 invested. Now, that is a great number, but as many of you know, my goal is 1 million, right? The important thing to remember is that you should think that you will get on average 10% a year across all your investments. So that means that my return across all my investments per year should be an average of around $54,500 a year. Now, that is some good return on the investments. Now, some years it's higher, some years are lower, but if you take an average over 10 to 20 years, it should be at around 10%. Now, remember, the secret of compounding is that your return from 1 year gets reinvested, and now you get the returns plus the returns, and over time, over 10 to 20 years, you will see how fast your money will start growing. Now, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please click that like and subscribe button. If you enjoyed the channel, check out my entire Fundrise playlist and the explanation of all my accounts down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will make another video really soon of how to make direct investments with Fundrise. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I would greatly answer all your questions. If you have any ideas about the videos that you would want me to make, I would greatly use that too, because honestly, Fundrise has been a little dry in terms of new content. So hopefully I will be able to make a couple of new, maybe like one more. So hopefully I'll be able to make one more video before the end of 2021, and then we will start 2022 nice and strong with great returns in Q4 from Fundrise. I'm expecting 7%, as many of you know. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.